This is SignMyCar. I'm Severine Dehaan. Today, I have the honor to take you behind the scene of the Houston Museum of Natural Science in Texas. It is one of the biggest museums in the center of the United States, and the Curator of Anthropology happens to be Belgian. Dirk Van Tuerenhout welcomed me in October 2016. He took me to a secret location in Houston, where the collections of his museum are being preserved and studied. In this interview, Dirk explained me what are the steps involved in creating an exhibit from start to finish. I found this universe so fascinating that I ended up making 2 sets of interviews. And this interview is the bonus interview. So make sure that you don't miss out on his main interview. You will find the link at the end of the video.
Like many museums, this museum also has a storage place for collections, which in this case is physically in a different location, undisclosed, away from the museum. In just about all museums, maybe 5% of what a museum has is actually on display, and everything else is being kept safe in locations like these. We have air-conditioned environments, we have humidity control, we have security, so things are being kept safe and are being studied, but they're not displayed. So in this room, we have a number of artifacts that belong to a collection that was put together by a husband and wife doctor team. And so currently we are putting together an exhibit that will have highlights from this collection. From start to finish, there are a number of steps you take no matter what exhibit you put together. So the first thing, of course, has to be, in this case, a family reaching out saying, we are looking for a home for our collection. Are you interested? The answer was yes, so the pieces came here. At that point, you start working on the storyline. How and what are you going to say? And what are the objects that you select to tell the story? The objects that have been selected already are visually very strong, but also have a story with them. So they have lots of colors, but they also have incredible, let me tell you, I like to say it that way. The entire exhibit currently has about 50 objects selected for it from different parts of the world. And that also then, in terms of research for the storyline, means us having a lot of fun. We work on the computer, we look on Google for images of those particular cultures, for still photography, video. We reach out to other museums who have collections from the same part of the world, where people who are more specialized than I am may have knowledge. This is the fun part of working at a museum. And this is what I always feel when I work at a museum. I get paid to continue learning. You cannot beat that. That is just one of those things. But as the collection of information continues, there will come a time when we have the stories we would like to share. And then at that point, a number of things actually have happened already and will start to happen. The part that will have happened already is working with a designer. We have a different department in the museum called exhibits, and we have designers, computer people who can apply sort of the museum version of architectural software to do a floor plan. And so I will tell them, here are my ideas, this is the story, here are the objects. The individual gentleman will come visit us here to take a look at some of these masks from Bali, for example. So he has a strong visual himself. Yes, he has pictures on his computer, but actually seeing the mask in front of him will start giving him ideas as to how he thinks they would be the best displayed. We will start working with marketing department, and they are going to sell the story, share the story with the media here, radio, print, TV. At that point, this is now in January, with an exhibit opening in March of 2017, we will be putting all kinds of physical aspects together, the display cases, the temporary walls, whatever computers or TVs we need, And then also something called mounts. These are frameworks made out of wire to hold an object in place. These things are very specialized, and the people we use to put that together are usually jewelry makers. They can actually adjust all these metal rods to completely hold the piece. But typically what they do is they will then paint these rods, these metal wires, in the same kind of color schemes as the object that will go inside, meaning the wires almost disappear. With the lights working just right, it looks like the object is floating in front of you, because we want you to concentrate on the object and not the beautiful work they do. They realize that. And so slowly but surely, we will get to the date sometime late March when the exhibit will open. So we have all these steps: writing the story, working with the designers to make sure the floor plan works. We will have in exhibits labels printed, text panels made, maps printed. Then the computer people come in and put all the wires in place. So we have our touch screens or our TV screens. And eventually the exhibit will open. I will also work with our docents, our volunteers, who are a great resource at the museum. So they will start learning and reading. So we'll get them all geared up and ready to go. And the exhibit opens. I might give interviews at that point, and our docents are ready to start guiding people through. And that will last for probably 6 months.
Thank you for watching this SignMyCar interview. When it comes to visiting the United States, people often forget that there are other awesome and worthy museums outside of New York City and Washington, D.C. The Houston Museum of Natural Science is one of them. Did you know that people fly from all around the world to see the shell and fossil collection? And that's just the top of the iceberg of what they have to offer. At the time of filming this interview, the museum hadn't started to put the physical exhibit together. They were about to start. So to find out all the information about this gorgeous mask collection, you can just go to the Museum of Natural Science website and click on Exhibit, then Upcoming Exhibit, and it's this one, Vanishing Art Highlights from the Beasley Wine Collection. It's really worth a shot. It's a very unique collection. You will not regret going. To find out more multimedia stories on Belgians living in the US, just go to our website on www.SignMyCar.org. If you like our work and would like to see more stories, please consider making a donation on our GoFundMe page. You will find the link on our website.